This is the end of the first day of the Davos. I think that one of the key themes of the Davos today, I think it's AI, clearly. I know you and I are in the Davos last year. I think at the time was the emergence of the chat GPT. I think that we could see the power of the AI, but this year, I think that the phase has really changed. I see that lots of the executives are trying to deploy more the power of the AI. But how do you see that, the emergence of the AI in 2023? And how do you see the trend overall?
Yeah, I think it's really fascinating that we have this generative AI actually catch more general public interest as well, not just expert. And I think one of the key was a ChatGPT, and it's hallucinating, so people get excited about all kind of interesting phenomena they observed as well. But this is not really happening, all of a sudden, right?
Yes.
There's long research, underlying research to get here. So 2012, the AI community get the deep learning, and then we have GAN for the generative adversarial network, and then generative AI. So there's continuous improvement. Every 5 years, we have a quantum leap on the technology in the AI. So this is really, I think this is really the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
People say this is is this going to be the hype or not?
Right.
I kind of doubt that actually, So I think we are witnessing a very early stage of yet another industrial revolutions. In the, the industrial revolution, we got the power. The steam engine and internal combustion engine, they have dramatically changed the way we do things, society and mobility and manufacturing and all that. I think we are getting the power of the intelligence now, and we are very beginning of that. So at this moment, I say the current generative AI is still the stage of the steam engines. Internal combustion engine yet to arrive. Okay. And probably next 5 years, we're going to see a couple major quantum leap on the technology. So that's something we are witnessing.
Very insightful. You are a long-time champion of the AI, so great to see that we are still the beginning of the big wave. My next question is, how do you see the impact of AI, particularly to the area of the creation and innovation? And it's often said that the AI has the power, but usually we imagine that power applied to the productivity increase, I think efficiency and effectiveness. But I think that Sony is now the company with both technology and entertainment try to deploy more the power of the AI in the world of the creation. Could you elaborate that part?
Right. I think Sony is the company for the creators. So for the R&D, we are saying that we are here for creators. So that is the decision criteria for us to, go or no go. What kind of technology we want to build is the technology benefit the creators. Make the world a better place and make people more creative. And that's really the essence of the Sony's R&D. And generative AI, this is really interesting because you prompt, you got all the images, and you got a prompt, you got all kind of sentences and things like that. So it helps us create things. Okay. So the issue is that gonna be helpful for the creators who benefit from that? And is it gonna make people even more creative, or is just generating some image and that's it? So I think creators start using generative AI in a very creative way. So I would say people kind of worry about whether the creativity will be lost because of generative AI. I kind of doubt that. So my message would be trust human creativity. We are very creative, and I think we should have a big trust on how creative we can be.
My last question is about responsible AI. So technology has both the positive side and negative side. We feel that the all and also the fear. AI as well. I mean, we see that great benefit of the increase in the productivity or creation, as you mentioned. But at the same time, we worry about elimination of the workforce and others. How do we see how do we have to set up the guideline to make the right responsible AI?
Right. Okay. So there are a few different aspects for that. So, since generative AI requires abundance of the data, whether the data or copyrights of the rights holder is protected, or something is generated is too close to someone's artwork, or that kind of a copyright issues is really the critical. So there's all kinds of legal action being taken right now to resolve those issues. So that's that's one part. Okay, so different aspects is that who benefit from the generative AI. So because this is like a data-driven machine learning system, basically, the performance and what we get depends on what kind of data we use. So capability to access the generative AI doesn't equal to the someone benefit from the generative AI. If someone wants to get a data, the issues in a specific regions, if data is not trained, the system is not trained on data related to that region, you only get the lousy answer. So most of the software, if you get access to software, you get the same function anywhere in the world. And a generative AI, that is not the case. So for us to make sure that everyone benefits from generative AI, we need to be more transparent. We need to have like a fair balance of the kind of data we're going to use. So that is the second aspect, because we're going to have like anyone lag behind on it. The third one is we have like this like employment issue or other risk issues. So that is what we call the responsible deployment. So like anyone who build an AI system need to check whether that is like comply with the specific standard or ethical standard or some sort of legal guideline, and then deploy that. So it's a little bit like the pharma industry. For example, you have like a preclinical and a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trial, and they go for it, right? So I'm not sure like if we're gonna have like FDA like regulatory body, but I think the guidelines, and like the decent company should be very conscious about how you ensure the quality and then the safety of the AI system they're building and then deploying it.
Thank you very much.